New videos every day.
I like to know things.
Hi guys, my name is Natalie Butler and I am a nutritionist, and I am videotaping this today because I really want to bring to light how much sugar we all consume on a daily basis. And so if you have a lollipop in your hand, put it down, throw away your Coke, and listen up, this is for you. When we consume sugar, it goes into our bloodstream really quickly, and that does give us a quick energy fix. We use the basic foundation of sugar is glucose, and our bodies use that for quick energy. And so when we're consuming a lot of sugar, our body wants to use it for energy. But what happens is, if we're consuming excess sugar, we're going to get these spikes of energy and then these really low pitfalls of being exhausted and tired, and then it makes you go for the sugar again. So when someone is craving sugar and is giving in to the cravings and is constantly on really a sugar binge, they're going to be riding waves of energy and peaks and valleys of feeling tired and exhausted and then feeling alive and awake. The USDA only recommends us to have 10 teaspoons of sugar a day. No more. They don't want us to have 10 teaspoons, but they say we should not be consuming more than 10 teaspoons of sugar a day. And the reason for this really is because sugar just offers calories. There's no nutrients in sugar. So I'm going to point out some specific foods and show you actually how much sugar is in those foods, so that when you're eating it, you realize what you're taking in, why maybe you're having a hard time controlling your caloric intake, maybe you're getting too many excessive calories in the day, and how that can contribute to weight gain and some inflammatory problems. Here's our box, just the plain strawberry. I think that's pretty common. And one bar on the nutrition label says that there are 13 grams of sugar in one Nutri-Grain bar. So I don't know if you can see this very well, but this is about 3 1/4 teaspoons of sugar. So that doesn't look like a whole lot, but 3 1/4 teaspoons in just one bar, and you can eat that bar in about 4 bites. So imagine just dumping that into your mouth in about 5 minutes. Now we're going to show how much sugar is in about 2 blueberry muffins, and it is about 4 1/2 teaspoons of sugar. And so this is going to be more than the Nutri-Grain bar, but that is just in 2 blueberry muffins. And then next we're going to look at how much you would consume if you had some ketchup with maybe some french fries or a hamburger or something like that. And the serving size on ketchup is 2 tablespoons, but I have a hard time believing that people are only consuming 2 tablespoons of ketchup. So I estimated for 5 tablespoons of ketchup, and that is going to be 5 teaspoons of sugar. And so that, combined with some of the bread, if you're having a hamburger or french fries, that's going to add up to even more carbohydrates. This is just refined sugar. Now we're going to look at barbecue sauce. This is a very common, product in the grocery store. There's tons and tons of brands. This is just one that I picked up. The recommended, or the serving size on the bottle is, it is 2 tablespoons. I estimated about 4 tablespoons to compensate for having a side of it with whatever you're eating. That is going to come out to about 6 teaspoons of sugar. So there it is right there. Out of 4 tablespoons of barbecue sauce, you have 6 teaspoons of sugar. Say you're waking up in the morning, you're rushing, your kids are crying for cinnamon rolls, and so you just happen to have some in the refrigerator. So I bought a little miniature cinnamon roll thing to look at the serving sizes. If you eat 2 of these cinnamon rolls, you are going to get about 5 teaspoons of sugar. So that's going to be just about the same as the ketchup and almost the same as 2 blueberry muffins. The next one that I want to show you is the Lucky Charms. And unfortunately, there's probably a lot of kids who get to eat this every morning for breakfast. Hopefully not every morning, but the serving size in the box was 3/4 cup of cereal, but unfortunately, I think that most of our bowls are not filled with 3/4 cup of cereal. Probably more like 1.5, probably even more than that actually. But I estimated 1.5 cups of Lucky Charms, and that came to 6 teaspoons of sugar. So if you're sending your kids out with a bowl of Lucky Charms cereal before they go to school and they're always saying that they're tired while they're at school, it's possibly because they're eating Lucky Charms for breakfast. The next thing we're going to look at is Gatorade, popular sports drink. This one is a 32-ounce container, and the serving size on this is 4 per container, and I don't know about you, but I think most people are going to be drinking more than 1/4 of this bottle when they purchase it. So if you're drinking Gatorade when you're sweating and you're hot and you're tired, or you're giving this to your kids around on the soccer field, I want to show you how much sugar is in this Gatorade. Okay, so the 7 teaspoons of Gatorade in this cup is actually half of the bottle of Gatorade. So it's going to be twice this. It's going to be 14 teaspoons of sugar if you are drinking the whole bottle of Gatorade. Now I want to show you strawberry yogurt, Yoplait. I picked the original because it does unfortunately have the most amount of sugar in it. 27 grams of sugar, and this is only 6 ounces of yogurt. But 6 ounces of yogurt has almost 7 teaspoons of sugar. So there we go, 7 teaspoons. That's way too much to be in 6 ounces of yogurt. Okay, the next one, Pop-Tarts. I've been in a lot of families' homes, and unfortunately this is in the pantry. And a lot of times they say, oh, it's just a weekend breakfast. We just let them eat it on the weekends. But at the same time, if your kids are running around, if you're doing stuff on the weekends, there's definitely better choices than to have Pop-Tarts. And the serving size on the box of Pop-Tarts says 1 pastry. We all know that there are 2 Pop-Tarts in a bag. So I don't believe that people are opening the bag and only eating 1 pastry. So in 2 Pop-Tarts, there's 34 grams of sugar, which is 8.5 teaspoons of sugar. That's a lot of sugar for 2 pastries. And hopefully you're not eating more than 2 pastries. The next one is the Starbucks Grande Mocha Frappuccino. I picked the medium Frappuccino because the times that I've gone to Starbucks, most of the times that I hear the drinks called out, they're Grande or larger. So I picked that. So this is Grande Mocha Frappuccino. 12, almost 13 teaspoons of sugar in a Mocha Frappuccino. So if you are consuming this much sugar in a coffee beverage, it's really a dessert. You really have to view it as a dessert, because if you're drinking this as a snack and then you have dessert later, it's really going to add up.